This field is now in motion, and there they go. They're off, and pacing Silent Whispers drives out with Lucky in Kentucky. Emmy's Kalu on the far outside. Winsun Column is towards the inside. In the fourth position, racing fifth now, that's Forbidden Dream. Bunny Time is to the inside in sixth position. That's In the Studio seventh, and Snooker Ball at the back of the pack. Silent Whispers and Zeron drive on for the lead. Lucky in Kentucky's gathered up, tucked into the two-hole. Winsun Column is third, 28-2 for the opening quarter in front of the grandstand. Silent Whispers and Zeron in control by a length and a quarter. Lucky in Kentucky second. Winsun Column is third. Emmy's Kalu fourth. Forbidden Dream fifth on the move. Snooker Ball takes that cover. Bunny Time. And in the studio is the trailer. 5 in, 3 out around the paddock turn. They'll move past the half-mile pole. That's Silent Whispers getting everything his own way on the front end. 59-4. Pedestrian-like fractions here. They certainly will pick it up here down the backstretch. Silent Whispers, 52,000 career, no wins. We might just find out why. Down the back stretch and a half a length in front, Silent Whispers. On the outside now to challenge. Powering up here, that's Forbidden Dream. Silent Whispers trying to fight back, but Forbidden Dream on the outside's got the lead. 128-1, 28-2 down the backside. On the outside, Forbidden Dream with a short lead. Silent Whispers trying to come back on. Snooker Ball third. Lucky in Kentucky fourth for the stretch drive. Silent Whispers is trying to dig in. Forbidden Dream on the outside. Forbidden Dream and Silent Whispers down to the wire. Forbidden Dream on the outside's going to win it by a nose. 5-1, 4-8, Superfecta. 156-2. In front of the grandstand of the third race, 5 Forbidden Dream, 5-year-old first-time starter at a Barnett Hanover, owned by Shane and Alexander Weber. Trained by Jim DeChellis, Shane Weber, the winning driver. 5 Forbidden Dream. 5-1, 4-8, Superfecta. $45.30 for the exactor, $116 the try. This field is now in motion, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Southwind Avalanche to the front. The Big Grin second. In third, that's True a Desire. In fourth, now that's Forbidden Dream. After an eighth of a mile on the outside, Romantic Hearts looks for spot fifth. In sixth to the inside, the Bunny Time Cams, no mistake, in Giddy Up. Big Jade at the back of the pack. Off the turn as the rain begins to pour down here at Georgian Downs. Kerwood's up front with Southwind Avalanche, the quarter mile, in 28 seconds flat. Southwind Avalanche, the Big Grin second, True Desire third. Forbidden Dream is in the fourth position. Racing fifth, Romantic Heart. Along the inside, Bunny Time. And at the back of the pack, Cam's no mistake in Giddy Up, Big Jake. Round the paddock turn and past the half, Southwind Avalanche, your leader for Kerwood still, by a length and a quarter. In the pocket, the Big Grin second, half a mile, 58-1, 31 breather there. As Southwind Avalanche accelerates here now into the backstretch, the Big Grin second, True Desire third, Forbidden Dream to the outside fourth. He's trying to hook out Jameson and does on True Desire. And here comes True Desire on the outside now to challenge. Covers up Forbidden Dream on the outside fourth as they make the way to the three-quarters. Romantic Heart still there in fifth position. The three-quarters, Southwind Avalanche 127. And the 1/5, it's Southwind Avalanche. Forbidden Dream's going to roll the dice 3 wide on the far outside. Southwind Avalanche, Forbidden Dream takes dead aim on the outside and is closing in. Southwind Avalanche under drive. The Big Grin's trying to come on out of the pocket. Southwind Avalanche, Forbidden Dream on the outside. The Big Grin squeezing on through. The Big Grin's going to get there. 2-4-3-9 Supervecta. 155-3. And the gate swings into the backstretch for race 5. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Mr. Link spotted the field 6 into the turn and going 4 and getting the lead. Southwind Avalanche on the inside, though, now driving on. That's a Forbidden Dream to take charge after an eighth of a mile. Tiny Tears third. In fourth, that's a Vasey Distraction away well from post 6. And fifth now to the quarter, Devil's Grin. Forever Young is along the inside, Rosie Scholar. And at the back of the pack, Lucky White Sox and Mr. Link. Devil's Grin, the quarter 27-1. And up front, Forbidden Dream. Southwind Avalanche is racing second. Tiny Tears third. Vasey Distraction is fourth. Devil's Grin fifth. And Forever Young gapped in sixth position. Rosa Scholar is seventh. On the outside, Lucky White Sox is now eighth. And Mr. Link is ninth. They move past the half-mile pull, past that station in 56-2. Forbidden Dreams, your leader. And we get a couple breakers in the backfield, both the 7 and 8, Lucky White Sox and Mr. Link. Down the back stretch, your leader, Forbidden Dream. It's Forbidden Dream by a length and a quarter. Now on the outside, here comes Devil's Grin into the far turn. Devil's Grin on the outside now second. To the inside, Southwind Avalanche third. Tiny Tears fourth. On the outside, fifth, Forever Young. And Vasey Distraction towards the inside with some pace. Three-quarters, 125 and 1/5 for the three-quarter pull. And your leaders, Forbidden Dream for the stretch drive. Devil's Grin is second. They turn down the lane. It's Forbidden Dream under drive. Forbidden Dream, and now driving in on the outside, Devil's Grin. Devil's Grin on the outside is gonna win it, finishing second. A Forbidden Dream, the mile, 154 3/5.
Fifth race field is ready for start. They're often pacing first away down in the center, leading out of Sky Tantrum for position. From the inside, Santo Hanover joins, as does Pocket Express, and now from the extreme outside, Just Show Your Stuff. Four of them across the racetrack, and now three deep as they go into the line first time. Sky Tantrum going forward, getting the front end. Trying to blow the first turn is Pocket Express. Phil Houdon's going to opt for Plan B and try and get this guy a seat. The front belongs to Sky Tantrum. In his return race, he touches down on the front end for Saftik through a quarter in 26 seconds. Into the pocket spot, races along Santo Hanover. In at the rail third, that's Forbidden Dream. At the rail from in fourth is Just Show Your Stuff. Still back over fifth now is Pocket Express, and he continues to be ranked at 3/8. Underway from in sixth now starts up No Perfect Escape. Then seventh is Funny Bones, followed by Major Ideal, and the last two are Raceling Hanover and Almost No More BS. Half mile bound, and they're chasing the speedy Sky Tantrum. He hangs up a 54-2. Come and get me half. Leads by 2 lengths into the far turn. Santo Hanover Hanover from in second. At the rail from in third, Forbidden Dream. Overland from in fourth, making first over gains is No Perfect Escape. Back at the rail for fifth is Just Show Your Stuff. Sixth outside is Funny Bones. Backed up at the rail from seventh is Bucket Express. Up on the outside from an eighth there is Major Ideal, a bit steppy. Mark McDonald's going to put him in the center of the racetrack, and slipping through an opening now and coming on through. There's almost no more BS, and the trailer turning home is still Riesling Hanover, 3/4, 123 and a fifth. Sky Tantrum, the one to chase down. Second on the outside, and now coming on, here's Jameson and Santo Hanover in behind horses. Now, looking for a way out is Forbidden Dream. Up on the far outside, No Perfect Escape, and kicking on way out wide is Show Your Stuff. Just Show Your Stuff is powering up on the far outside. Coming on and slipping through is Forbidden Dream. Forbidden Dream on the inside wins it. Just Show Your Stuff was second. Santo Hanover third. Sky Tantrum fourth in 152. Here's a look at the winner of tonight's fifth race. Number 1 is Forbidden Dream, a 5-year-old gelded son of Barnett Hanover from the Big Towner mare Crystal Town. It's a homebred owned and driven by Shane Weber, shares ownership with Alexander Weber of Welland. Jim DeShell is the winning trainer. And that's the second lifetime win in 4 tries, never worse than second in those 4 appearances. It's number 1, Forbidden Dream. Lights it up tonight. They're often pacing. First one out of there is Heavenly Flight, joined on the outside by Clown Smile. Also making his presence felt early comes Forbidden Dream from the far outside. Leaving with that one on the extreme outside is Party to a Crime. Richie's Fella backed up 5th. Show Me the Famous 6th away. 7th towards the inside, Devil's Grin. And the final 3 in the field as they roll to the quarter are KG Weapon, Chaos Agent, and a very, very tough start as Cash Allowance behind the 8 ball way back in 10th. Opening quarter in 26th and a 5th. And on the lead for Roger Mayotte, Clown's Smile takes this field to the backstretch. Into the pocket spot rides along Heavenly Flight. To the outside from 3rd, but thinking better of it is Mark McDonald with Party to a Crime. He right lined and then left lined. 3/8. Racing along from in 4th position is Forbidden Dream. Towards the rail from 5th continues Richie's Fella. Back there 6th is Show Me the Fame. Gap of 3 lengths back in 7th, Devil's Grin. 8th is KG Weapon. 9th is Chaos Agent. 10th and last, Cash Allowance. Half a mile, 54 and 3. So all kinds of speed in the front end. The backfield will get active in the back half. First up from 4th, driving out, Shane Weber's on the move with Forbidden Dream. Picking up the cover outside, Richie's Fella 5th now. Moving up 6th outside is Show Me the Fame. That one 3rd over with 3/8 to go. The lead still belongs to Clown Smile, the lead a length. First over pressure now being applied on the outside by Forbidden Dream. Then back in that pocket spot from 3rd rides along Heavenly Flight. Second over cover, Zeron swinging on a large looking Richie's Fella. Richie getting tripped out 3/4 in 123 and 4. And the pace setter Clown Smile has had enough. To the outside, driving past. Here comes Forbidden Dream and flipping off his cover now, Richie's Fella. Richie's Fella still with 2 lengths to make up as Forbidden Dream is kicked away by a length and a half. Now Richie gets motivated. Richie's Fella on the outside responding to Zeron's urgings. Still there at the inside though with the lead Forbidden Dream, and it's Forbidden Dream to win by half a length. Richie's Fella was second. At the rail 3rd was Heavenly Flight. Through for 4th was Party to a Crime. The mile 151 and 2. Back-to-back wins on the circuit for number 8 Forbidden Dream, a 5-year-old son of Barnett Hanover from the Big Towner mare Crystal Town. Homebred owned by Shane Weber, who also did the driving, shares ownership with Alexander Weber of Welland, the winning. Eighth race field swings off the turn and into the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and first one off the wings fires out Rustler Steve. Rustler Steve goes forward, grabs control of the lead. At the inside, Chamberdahl's going to step with him now as they cross under the line for the first time. But when it's all said and done, when push comes to shove, Jameson will make the lead with Rustler Steve. At the rail second away, Chamberdahl. Shooting through in third is Pan Cushion. In behind fourth is Forbidden Dream. Dropped in fifth is Golden 7. Sixth away is Arts Majesty. In the back three in the field, I'll Call You Back, Late Night Rustler, and No Perfect Escape. An opening quarter in 27 and a fifth. Compliments of the public's top choice here, Rustler Steve, as he takes the field across the tunnel to the backstretch, and he leads by 2 lengths. Rustler Steve and Jameson say, catch me if you can. At the inside second is Chamberdahl. Back in third, Pan Cushion. Racing along in fourth is Forbidden Dream, and he'll step to the outside. Racing along in fifth, waiting on his cover, is Golden 7. Also committing to the outside, when Arts Majesty. A big opening at the rail, shooting through, saving ground, and grabbing positions is I'll Call You Back, who makes it up to 6 now. Seventh is Arts Majesty, waiting on the flow to get rolling, and the back two in the group are Late Night Rustler and No Perfect Escape. The half is 56 and 3. Into the far turn, Rustler Steve, the one to chase down. First over coming to him now, Forbidden Dream, 3/4 of a length away. Back in that pocket spot from third races Chamberdahl, with cover fourth outside is Golden 7, tracking the leaders from second over, and he's 2 from the front. Back at the rail from in fifth is Pan Cushion. Sweeping up sixth outside is Arts Majesty. 3/4 time of 1:25, 3/5 off the turn and into the stretch, and it's Rustler Steve kicking away by 2 lengths here. Forbidden Dream is back in second. Golden 7's going to try and click off this second over trip, but in the meantime, it's still Rustler Steve who's giving them the slip by 3 in deep stretch. Golden 7 coming on with late pace. Forbidden Dream is back in third. It is Rustler Steve. Rustler Steve will win. He'll win by 3. Coming on to get second, Golden 7. Finishing third, Forbidden Dream, and closing to get fourth was Late Night Rustler. The mile 1:52 and 3 for Rustler Steve. Now, Pacer is moving in, lining up for tonight's 8th race. It's post time. Gate swings off the turn and into the stretch. Full field of 10. They're often pacing. First away down the center, leading out is Crazy Dan. Forbidden Dream powers out fast from post 2 start. Crossed over third is Grin from Beer to Beer, and taken back and forth is I'll Call You Back. Sliding into fifth, there goes Late Night Rustler, an adept early tuck for him. 6 towards the rail is Forever Blue, followed by Trey Hanover. We have a first turn breaker there as I'll Call You Back has scattered some of the backfield. He's taken to the safety lane and trails. Quarter in 26 and 1. But the early lead is Crazy Dan. He'll front the field over to the tunnel and beyond. Racing in the pocket spot rides along. Right now, Grin from Beer to Beer. Then it's Forbidden Dream sitting in third, sitting for a few seconds, and then Shane Weber right lines his charge, and he made a break. Off stride when making a first over move went Forbidden Dream. So a couple of early breakers have changed the complexion somewhat. Half-mile bound, and Crazy Dan fronts the field. It's Crazy Dan on the chopper. Half-mile station, 55 and 4. Pocket rider Grin from Beer to Beer. Late Night Rustler takes over third now. He gets the whip over his back, and that's a sign that Luke Willett wants him to go. First over to the outside. Here on the move right now comes Late Night Rustler. Going to pick up some cover on the outside. From in fourth is Forever Blue. Backed up towards the rail from in fifth there. That's Long Shot Trey Hanover. Swinging out from sixth goes Arts Majesty. Then further back we have Geraint Hanover, followed by Party Time, I'll Call You Back, and earlier breaker Forbidden Dream. 3/4, 124-1. 2-horse breakaway as they spin off the turn and into the stretch. Crazy Dan with a short lead up on the outside. Here comes Late Night Rustler. Late Night Rustler right up alongside the tempo setter Crazy Dan, and Late Night Rustler pokes ahead in front. Now a half a length and now a full length. Late Night Rustler is going to drive off and win by a couple of lengths here when it's all said and done. This is Late Night Rustler getting back on track. Late Night Rustler to win by 2. Crazy Dan was second, coming on to get third from in between. Mayotte with Arts Majesty, 151-4. Gate swings into the stretch for tonight's 10th race. They're often pacing. Break at the gate for Keystone Rito. First away from the inside, Rustler Steve and Lil Sharpshooter leading out with them. Rustler Steve is going to line them up as they move into the opening turn. Lil Sharpshooter coming away second. Dropping into be third is Late Night Rustler. Backed off to find his seat fourth there is Art Rivederci. Then it's back to Keystone Rito. Back on business from in fifth. Sixth away as they move to the opening turn is Arts Majesty, followed by Armadillo and the trailer Forbidden Dream. Over to the opening quarter station. They're there in 28-3. Very tepid first quarter clip set by Rustler Steve as he gets ready to cross the tunnel and enter the backstretch. Rustler Steve is on a 2-length advantage for Mark McDonald's. He hits the straightaway. Little Sharpshooter from in second. Just off the speed from in third is Late Night Rustler. Then back in fourth is Art Rivederci. 2 lengths back in fifth to Keystone Rito. A gap of another 2.5 lengths to Arts Majesty, who is sixth. Gap of 4 lengths back on the inside. Seventh is Armadillo. And trailing eighth and last is Forbidden Dream. He gets underway through a 57 2/5 half. Onto the far turn. It's Rustler Steve, the teletimer, his best friend tonight. Rustler Steve working on a very easy pace and pulling a pocket off that 57 2/2 is Jeff Stone and Little Sharpshooter. So Little Sharpshooter comes after Rustler Steve as they race around that far turn now. Racing along from in third is Late Night Rustler. McDonald pops the plugs on Rustler Steve. The outside second, Little Sharpshooter on a break, and a dirty break went Late Night Rustler. Keystone Rito was interfered with and bothered in the backfield. Late Night Rustler with that dirty third quarter break. 3/4 time of 125-2, and it's Rustler Steve still up front. Second outside, Lil Sharpshooter. Then back in third is Art Rivederci. Fourth and tipped out for the drive comes Arts Majesty. They're into the final eighth of the mile, and Rustler Steve has given this field the slip. Still leads by 3 in deep stretch. Shooting through Art Rivederci coming on with late speed, and Arts Majesty is third. This one goes to Rustler Steve. Art Rivederci second, Arts Majesty third, 155-1 the mile time. Pacers on the gate for the 6th. And they're off. First away leaves out Crazy Dan. Forbidden Dream is up and challenging. Party Time from the outside makes it 3 deep under the line. Backed up to 4th is Heavenly Flight. Trimline shooting away to be 5th now. 6th is Shamardal, then backed up towards the inside from in 7th as the field makes its way. Over to the opening quarter-mile station is I'll Call You Back. And the final 2 in the field as they race their way to the opening station is, again, I'll Call You Back and Party Time. Rather at the back of the bus, White Sand Raider. 26-1 was the first fraction. And Party Time is up to clear for Luke Willett, taking over just as they went by that first fraction. Already up for the retake. Here comes Crazy Dan and Bayerjan chasing along Crazy Dan to find the front. Up and at it from third. Here to the outside is Forbidden Dream coming on to challenge now for Weber as the field makes its way to the half. Crazy Dan, Bayerjan latches onto his charge, and Weber makes the front with Forbidden Dream just as they roll past the half. It's on the board in a spirited clip of 54-4. Towards towards the far turn. Forbidden Dream is up front. The lead is almost 2 lengths. Crazy Dan is back in second, sitting just off the speed from third is Party Time. Locked up towards the inside from in fourth there for Zero on his Heavenly Flight. First to move on the outside. Fifth is Trimline. Trying to catch Trimline's cover on the outside is I'll Call You Back. He's towards the inside. Shammerdoll moves up on the outside, and the trailer coming around the final turn is White Sand Raider. They stack up going around that far turn, and they'll have to do some pacing to catch Forbidden Dream, who leads by 3 as he powers past that third fraction in 1:23. They're off the turn into the stretch, and the one to chase down is Forbidden Dream, who leads by 3. Crazy Dan is back in second. It's a 6-length gap back to the others. Up on the outside with late pace is White Sand Raider. Heavenly Flight dives to the rail in deep stretch. Forbidden Dream is still there by 3 lengths. Crazy Dan trying to hold second. Coming out for third is Heavenly Flight. This one goes to Forbidden Dream, who wins by 2. Crazy Dan second. Heavenly Flight third. The mile 1:52.
In the Jungle, Vlad Hanover, and Red Leaf Morgan. Red Star Drooler, Prestigious Diamond, and Brim Sheen on the outside. It's post time. 11th race field, often pacing. From the inside, Gotta Go Mo got a good beginning, as did Alti Kacker. From the far outside of the racetrack, long shot Brimsheen moves up, as does Prestigious Diamond. Slicing between horses in the Jungle. Between horses again for Forbidden Dream, then back to Sam Space. The 3 trailers are Vlad Hanover, Red Leaf Morgan, and on the outside, Red Star Drooler. Some confusion midfield, but up front, the leader is 60 to 1 shot, Brimsheen. On the outside, In the Jungle drives up to take the lead now, so it's going to be In the Jungle through an opening quarter in 26-3. In the Jungle just finds the wood right now. Brimsheen has left this one parked out. Toward the inside, Alti Kacker is third. Gotta Go Mo. The Budweiser What's Brewing selection saw all that transpire from fourth. Now just has 3 lengths to make up. Toward the inside, next is a Forbidden Dream. First up on the outside, there goes Alti Kacker. On the inside, Gotta Go Mo stays in. Forbidden Dream going to be second over onto the far turn. Just in behind that one is Prestigious Diamond. Break of 2 back to Sam Space on the outside. Next in line, we find Red Star Drooler. On the inside there is Red Star Drooler. He's got 1 beaten, and that is Red Leaf Morgan, half 55-4. In the Jungle, just got a reminder. On the inside, Brimsheen sits a pocket ride. Up, setting on the outside is Alti Kacker. Alti Kacker, and just finding his way off the wood there is Gotta Go Mo. Going 3 wide is Forbidden Dream around the turn. Forbidden Dream's got pace. He's got track, too, and now he's closing in. On the inside, it's In the Jungle. Pocket rider was Brimsheen. On the outside of the racetrack, striking front is Forbidden Dream. And it's Forbidden Dream driving away in deep stretch. On the outside, Alti Kacker. From well back is Red Star Drooler. But it is Forbidden Dream to steal the nightcap. Alti Kacker was second. Outside, Red Star Drooler third. In the Jungle fourth to complete the super. 153-2. Turning in front is the winner of the 11th race, number 4, Forbidden Dream. 6-year-old gelded son of Barnett Hanover. This one owned by Shane and Alexander Weber. Jim DeChellis does the training, and Shane Weber drives. First win at First Asking in 2008. Tonight's mile 153-2.
A first race condition field picks up speed. And they're off. Good start inside for Forbidden Dream. Speed on the outside, too, from Alta Cucker. And jetting out quickly in the center of the racetrack, Just Show Your Stuff. It's Just Show Your Stuff to the early lead. Alta Cucker about to sweep by. Forbidden Dream at the inside from third. High Low lays parked out fourth, but he'll back up and find a seat. In behind him, fifth is Prestigious Diamond. It's 2 lights back now to Peachy's Noble Sam, who's out of trouble from back in sixth. Seventh, as they go past the quarter station, is Big Bam Ray. And the final 2 are No Escape and Red Star Jeweler. Pocket action as Mark McDonald lifts off and loops past forward. Clearing to the lead is Just Show Your Stuff after a 27-second opening quarter. There's lots of action at 3/8. Out of third into second now. Here comes Shane Weber as he aggressively rolls Forbidden Dream to the front. Forbidden Dream now takes command as the field nears the midway point. Second as they cruise to the midway point now, that's Just Show Your Stuff. Sweeping up from third is High Low, backed up fourth now, and backing away is Alta Cucker. Sent out from in fifth as they head towards the far turn is Prestigious Diamond, and backed up sixth is Peachy's Noble Sam. He's still 7 off the lead, but starts to roll, and he's got some pace to chase. They were by the midway point in 55-1, and make their way to 3/4, chasing after Forbidden Dream. It's Forbidden Dream a half a length in front, High Low second, back in third is Just Show Your Stuff. The outside from in fourth is Prestigious Diamond, not making enough gains for Scott Zero. No, he's already 3 wide coming out of the turn. Peachy's Noble Sam still 6 off the lead with a 1/4 mile of racetrack to work with. Still there, Forbidden Dream in that pocket spot. Tipped out again is High Low, sweeping up on the outside now. Peachy's Noble Sam starts to close, and here comes Peachy's Noble Sam thundering past. Peachy's Noble Sam from the backfield explodes. And he's gone. He wins by 4, by 5, going away. Peachy's Noble Sam has done it again. Second was High Low, coming on for third. Thirteenth race field picks up speed. Here they come. And they're off. And a good start at the inside for Alta Cucker. Right next door to him is Big Bam Ray. A breaker getting away from the gate off stride, Forbidden Dream. Jetting out quickly is In the Jungle on the outside for Mike Saftik, looking for the lead, and will get there. In the Jungle sweeps up on the outside and looks to clear. Going to come away second as they race their way to the quarter station is Big Bam Ray. Parked out gunning third is Just Show Your Stuff. 2 lights back. Inside fourth for Alta Cucker. And then backed up fifth is High Low. The sixth one at the quarter station, Peachy's Noble Sam. The favorite racing along from in sixth through a quarter of 27 3/5. Then it's back the long shot, No Escape, followed by Legacy and Diamonds. Win Sun Thunder is one rival beaten, and that's the foe that beat himself. Forbidden Dream, a costly miscue, has him back in 10th. Here comes Saftik lifting off and gunning for the lead again. He'll clear within the jungle. In the Jungle takes over as the field nears the half. Back in that pocket spot from second, Just Show Your Stuff. In at the rail from third is Big Bam Ray. He's third through a 56 1/2. So a pretty sensible pace as they move towards the far turn. On the point is In the Jungle. In that pocket spot, Just Show Your Stuff. He starts to gap as they head to the turn. Sent to the outside now from third is Big Bam Ray. He stalls a bit out there. Catching cover fourth is Alta Cucker. Gapping a bit at the inside. Fifth is No Escape. Then overland from in sixth is High Low, trying to get into it. Further back is Peachy's Noble Sam. Back there seventh. He's got to make 6 lengths up on the leader, who's at 3/4 in 1:25. Off the turn and into the stretch. One to chase down so far has been In the Jungle. In the Jungle leads it, starts to tire and starts to wander across the racetrack. He's going to carry them wide. Sweeping up on the outside comes Big Bam Ray. Also from the backfield, Alta Cucker. Peachy's Noble Sam are waiting to hear on him, and here comes Zeron, cutting him loose now. Peachy's Noble Sam powers up on the grandstand side, and Peachy's Noble Sam wins. Second best in the center was High Low. Third was Alta Cucker, tight for the balance in 1:53. For tonight's first round of the Pick 4 wager, it's post time. Field of 8 picks up speed. Here they come. And they're off. Get Out of Dodge. Quick off the gate, down the center, Get Out of Dodge. Reaching for Racetrack for Phil Hudon. In at the railway second, Legacy and Diamonds. Taken back to be third, Forbidden Dream. At the inside, away fourth is Ruthless Ace. Outside fifth for Alta Cucker. Red Star Jeweler gets away sixth. Backed up seventh, Big Bam Ray. Trailing early on from an eighth is Hilo. And the field checks in at the opening quarter station. Chasing Get Out of Dodge as Phil Hudon rushed him to command. And Get Out of Dodge steps them past a quarter in 28 seconds. Into the pocket spot as they hit the backstretch. Legacy and Diamonds. Forbidden Dream is third. At the rail fourth, Ruthless Ace. Backed up fifth inside, Red Star Jeweler. Out the road, spin Alta Cucker. Catching his cover is Hilo. And the trailer at the rail by 3/8 is Big Bam Ray. Field on its way to the midway point. Chasing after Get Out of Dodge. Get Out of Dodge a length in front. Legacy and Diamonds trips out behind him. Back in third, Forbidden Dream. A roughed up ride for Alta Cucker, who's fourth, and parked through a 57-second half. At the inside fifth, locked up, Ruthless Ace. Catching cover sixth out there is Hilo. Seventh, sweeping up outside, Big Bam Ray. And the trailer at the rail eighth is Red Star Jeweler, and they're into the final 3/8 now. Chasing after Get Out of Dodge, who's taken off with easy fractions so far. Legacy and Diamonds follows in the pocket spot. Alta Cucker third, buried fourth, Forbidden Dream. Covered up fifth outside is Hilo, buried sixth inside. Ruthless Ace winding up in seventh, Big Bam Ray. And trailer turning home is Red Star Jeweler, three-quarter time, 1:25 and 3. Get Out of Dodge is still up front by a length. Sweet right there from in second. Sweet pocket ride for Legacy and Diamonds. Jameson wheels and deals, but he might need some help as Get Out of Dodge is at very easy fractions and he kicks away by 2 lengths. Hudon sneaks a peek in the rearview mirror and nobody closing fast. Get Out of Dodge still there by a length and a half, and it's Get Out of Dodge, a well-meant winner in his first start back. Get Out of Dodge, an impressive mile in 1:53 2/5, home in 27 and 4. Tight for second, either Forbidden Dream or Legacy and Diamonds. The gate swings into the stretch for this evening's 8th race. Here they come. And they're off, and a good start. First away from the center of the racetrack, fires out Pronger. From the inside, leaving for position, is back from the past. Also from the inside, Bolero Charles. Here comes Impeccable. He's on the accelerator early. 3 of them across the racetrack. Back from the past at the inside comes through. Sandwiched in between is Pronger, sweeping up outside Impeccable, but he'll back off and get into a large 3-hole. Backed up from in fourth, Bolero Charles. Fifth as they go to the quarter station one more time, who left for position. Then backed up in sixth at the rail is Button Up. Followed seventh by Justice Cam. Then it's The Deputy is Home, Forbidden Dream, and 10th and last is Escapable Bow. Pacers by a quarter of 26 and 2, and Pronger makes the lead for Gingron, takes the field of 3/8. Action out of the 4-hole. Here's McDonnell and Bolero Charles rocketing up on the outside. A little bit bumpy gated though, and Bolero Charles in the center of the racetrack here as he has some minor issues on the way to the half-mile point. Rough gatedness, but Bolero Charles on the outside will look to clear 54 and 3 to the half. Bolero Charles on the outside, 3/4 of a length in front. Gingron the inside hits the turn. Bolero Charles could not clear. He'll be left out there. Pedal to the metal for Pronger as he sweeps into that far turn. Bolero Charles continues to labor towards the inside from in third. Now back from the past. McDonnell's just going to put Bolero Charles in the center of the racetrack. So coming through now first over. Here's one more time. Shooting through at the inside. Impeccable now takes over the 4th spot. In between horses, fifth, Justice Cam getting towed up into it. Zeron's got him in a striking spot at the top of the stretch and rolls 3 wide, off 3/4 of 1:22 and 4. Pronger put to pressure. One more time, takes it to him. Justice Cam takes it to the pair of them. And Justice Cam brushes up off a perfect second over Tripnell, and he drives off by a length and deep stretch. Coming through late is Impeccable. Up on the extreme outside at long odds, The Deputy is Home. But this one goes to the class-dropping Justice Cam. Justice Cam in a comfortable spot tonight and wins in 1:51 1/5. And Escapable Bow was 4th.
Off stride and back at the start, the number 4, Weekend Gambler. Weekend Gambler. Off stride and well back at the start. And they're off and pacing And firing out from the extreme outside, Diamond Joe Mindale in the blink of an eye. Going to cross over in front of the field. Diamond Joe Mindale ambushed them in the early stages. Takes a clear lead into the first turn. Coming away in second, that's Classical Remedy. Note the inquiry sign is up. Inquiry sign up. Looking at the start of race number 12. They wheel past the opening quarter in 26 seconds flat. 40-1 long shot. Diamond Joe Mindale made the front early and leads into the backstretch. Maybe not for long. Tipped out from second. There goes Classical Remedy. Lucky Man is watching it from third. Lundeen is fourth, and the fifth one is Forbidden Dream. Traveling in sixth is Jake Spuddy. Gapped out seventh is 222, and distanced in the backfield, the breaker before the start, Weekend Gambler. We had a leadership change in the second quarter. Classical Remedy took over at the half in a rock-solid 54-1. They get a bit jammed up in behind. Rough-gated went Diamond Joe Mindale. They're out around that one. Lundeen now takes up the chase in second. Lucky Man got through and is now sitting in third. Well situated second over in the top four. Forbidden Dream, and within striking range fifth, Jake Spuddy as they come to the top of the stretch. They're paired up on the front end. Classical Remedy on the inside. Lundeen pressing on the outside and now pulling the trigger three wide. Forbidden Dream, he'll be followed by Jake Spuddy. Lucky Man desperately needs racing room at the inside. Three panels, 123-1. Classical Remedy gives way. Lundeen a short lead. Forbidden Dream now comes past, and here's Lucky Man finding room late but is running out of racetrack. Forbidden Dream, one to hold off. That's Lucky Man. Here's the wire. Forbidden Dream got there in time. Lucky Man out too late. He got up for second. Looks like Lundeen third, and 151-1. Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the inquiry sign is up here in race number 12. Judges will review the start of the 12th race, so again, please hold all tickets until the results have been made official. Inquiry sign up here in the 12th. And as posted, 5-1-3-6, your top four. Winner of tonight's 12th race from Mohawk, number 5, Forbidden Dream. A 6-year-old bay pacing gelding by Barnett Hanover from Crystaltown. Co-owned by Shane and Alexander. Top of the stretch. Approaching the start. And they're off. Speed coming toward the inside. Overcard, Montreal Phil, and Southwind Avalanche. Three across the track leaving. Southwind Avalanche going to win that early sprint toward the first turn. Montreal Phil will get in line in pocket position, and coming away third, Overcard. In a good spot fourth, the Color of Jewel as they reach the first turn. In mid-pack comes Peachy's Noble Sam, followed by Just Show Your Stuff. Third from last in the early going, Forbidden Dream. Then it is Resuscitate and the early trailer, Silver Dragon. Popping out from third quickly, there's Overcard. Overcard made his way to the front just past an opening quarter of 27-1. Now back in second position, Southwind Avalanche. Montreal Phil, the heavy 1-5 top choice, sitting in line third, is a handful there, and Bayerjan now steps him to the outside and goes on the attack here in the second quarter. Break of a couple, back at the inside third to the Color of Jewel with Peachy's Noble Sam. Watching the speed from inside fifth, getting underway in the backfield. There goes Forbidden Dream. Picking up that helmet to follow will be Silver Dragon. Then Just Show Your Stuff, second from last in the inside. Resuscitate brought wide in that trailing position. 5 inside, 3 moving up on the outside. The half and 56-2. Montreal Phil in command as they race to three-quarters. All over the helmet in second, Overcard. Advancing first over, Forbidden Dream makes it up to third. Southwind Avalanche looks for racing room at the inside fourth, trying to catch up to cover fifth. Silver Dragon, and they're on their way home. Montreal Phil, the one to try and chase down off 3/4 and 1:26, and it's a final quarter sprint. Montreal Phil, Forbidden Dream on the outside. Overcard, empty at the inside. Now swinging to the outside, Southwind Avalanche, but they're not going to catch Montreal Phil. Montreal Phil, half a length, closing well in the middle. Southwind Avalanche, Resuscitate, came from way back to be third. in 154.
It's post time. 12th race field picking up speed. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Good speed for Dino the Rocket as he's quick off the gate from the inside. Overcard leaves with them. Our Lucky Colleen up into the top three. IZ backs up fourth. Driving on from fifth is Resuscitate as they go to the opening turn. Then dropped in is Forbidden Dream. Sky Tantrum is two beaten. They are Almost No More BS, and My Masterpiece is last. Into the opening turn, Dino the Rocket fronts the field for Jameson. Tucked into the pocket spot was Overcard. Our Lucky Colleen is third. Resuscitate. Houdon's already at the earplugs, fourth on the outside, trying to get him motivated through a 27-3 opening quarter. With the lead is Dino the Rocket. Here on the outside comes Resuscitate, and he'll dodge a bullet as Jameson reaches for grips and lets him go. Resuscitate will find the front. Dino the Rocket back in second. Third at the rail now, Overcard. Racing fourth is Our Lucky Colleen. IZ Racing fifth, Forbidden Dream is sixth, Sky Tantrum seventh, Almost No More BS is eighth, and ninth and last is My Masterpiece through a 56-second half. Resuscitate is going to feel third quarter pressure as Willette is out and rolling now with Overcard. Overcard is chased along in that backstretch and he will clear before they hit the turn. Resuscitate is back in second now. Underway from third is Our Lucky Colleen. Back and forth, trapped behind a stopper on the front end there. Resuscitate, he's all through. In behind him, Dino the Rocket. Sweeping up on the outside comes IZ. Then it's three more lengths back to Forbidden Dream. A rail riding Almost No More BS. Sky Tantrum and towards the inside, My Masterpiece round out the field. 3/4 in 123. Luke Willette hit the accelerator and he hit it hard in that third quarter. 27-second speed from Overcard, who's kicked away to a 5-length advantage. Our Lucky Colleen is second. IZ trying to make up the final 6 lengths on the outside from in third. They're into the final 16th, and it's Overcard still there by 3 lengths. Overcard is going to hang on to win. Sky Tantrum got up for second. Our Lucky Colleen looking for third over Dino the Rocket.
That's all, folks.